Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So day 3 here on the CR250 build. If you haven't seen previous videos, we've got the engine out of the frame back there, and we've got a whole bunch of parts back there. So yeah, pretty much today we're going to be getting this engine refreshed. So bit of a backstory, it had a full engine rebuild 22 hours ago, but one of the reed petals snapped, and yeah, it sucked the bit through the motor. So yeah, I pulled the motor, or the top off the motor, as you can see, and found that the old piston had a bit of scoring and stuff to it. So yeah, today we're going to be getting new top end on this thing. Got some new reeds for it. I ordered a full gasket kit for it, so I'm just going to pull off the clutch covers and stuff, have a look inside, and then we'll reseal all the covers and stuff. So yeah, that is what's in store for today. Alrighty, so what I've actually done, moved the motor onto this bench from over there, just because the light comes through that window and it makes it real hard to film. So yeah, this will be quite a lot better. But yeah, so this is how it is at the moment. Like I said, the top end's off it and stuff. It's filthy, as you can see. Sand and oil and dirt and all that. So what I'm going to do is assemble all the top end of the motor, and then you can put all the reeds and stuff in. Then I'll pull the ignition cover and clutch cover and stuff off it, have a look inside all that, reseal it all, and then it's going to get a very good clean, because this thing is nasty as. So yeah, we'll get the parts out needed to freshen up this top end. Alrighty, so here are pretty much the basics that I need to get this thing refreshed. So we got just a Pro X piston kit, so it's a size B, exactly the same piston and size that was in it before. Then I've bought a second hand in very good condition set of reeds. They are not V-force, but I can do this one-handed. I scored these ESR reeds off a guy from Facebook. Yeah, these are in pretty good condition. He actually had them on his CR250 powered go-kart, so no doubt they'll do the trick. And yeah, and then we've just got your standard full gasket set. It's pretty simple, but this is definitely going to give this motor another life. Like I was saying before, it's had a full rebuild 22 hours ago, so it has this new hot rods crank. It's tight as, it's got a very little bit of side to side, but that's completely normal. And then we've got the cylinder. Luckily it's in very good condition. There's no scoring or anything on the cylinder walls. So yeah, just give it a wipe out, and then yeah, we'll just be able to throw this new piston in. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is remove this exhaust flange. They're actually removable on these CRs. The 3 bolts, and it'll all come off. So like so. Then yeah, with that removed, gives us better access to clean all this oil and grime and stuff up. Right, so here now got all the cylinder cleaned up, as you can see. So now we can just yeah, start putting the new piston and stuff on the motor, and then we can get the cylinder slid on and yeah, button up the motor. Right, so got the new rings installed on the piston, and then also got one of the circlips installed. So now we can just install the needle roller. So I'll just dunk it in a bit of 2-stroke oil. We've got our new gudgeon pin, and then I like to start it in one side of the piston. Then we can just put it over the top and slide it through. And we've just got the last circlip to install on this side of the gudgeon pin on the piston, and I've got this rag down so if this falls or drops down, it's not going to get fallen like into the motor. Right, so a new piston is installed onto the motor. So now we can just lubricate the cylinder walls and then get the cylinder slid over. So that slid on perfectly. Can be a bit of a challenge to try and squeeze both of the rings with one hand while holding the cylinder. So yeah, wasn't too bad this one. But yeah, got the cylinder slid on, so now we just have to put all the cylinder nuts on, and then we can give the head mating surface a wipe down and we can get the head thrown on. So I had to take a bit of a break and go for a trip to the hardware shop and get some copper washers, because I forgot to get some, and like when I was pulling it apart there weren't any copper washers on the head nuts, so you just had to go and pick them up. But we can carry on with yeah, doing the whole motor now. So just put one of these on every one. Throw the nuts on. And then you want to tighten the nuts down in a star pattern so they don't warp the head. Righty, so now I've got new reed gasket, the ESR reed block. So just put the gasket over there like that. And I've cleaned up the face, so we can just slide these on now. So since this reed block is thicker, like here's the factory one, so obviously it's quite a lot thicker. Factory bolts are too short and I can't find any bolts that'll fit it. Righty, well I just found some really long bolts and just cut them down. So yeah, now they are perfect length and we can finish putting the reeds in. Alrighty, well that is pretty much the engine done, but yeah, I'm going to still pull the ignition cover and clutch cover and stuff off, and then yeah, I'll give you guys an update on how the inside looks. Then we're going to give this thing a main scrub. Righty, so just got the clutch covers and water pump cover off. So yeah, looks pretty standard in there, nothing too unexpected. Clutch basket's got very little grooves in it, nothing to be too worried about. But yeah, looks pretty all standard in there. Yeah, like I said, nothing that I wouldn't expect, so it's good. We'll just clean up all the surfaces and stuff, and then we throw a new gasket on the inner clutch cover, outer clutch cover, and the water pump cover. Alright, for the outer clutch cover, as you can see, the factory paint's sort of wearing off. So I've just got the Scotch-Brite wheel here on the bench grinder. So I'm just going to take it right off to a brush finish. Right, well the Scotch-Brite wheel is doing alright on the inside part here. Obviously where it was being rubbed a wee bit. On this outside where it was quite pretty well stuck, so I've just used some paint stripper and we'll get that part there off and then we'll finish it on the Scotch-Brite wheel. But in the meantime, get the water pump cover mounted back up. Right, so now this cover has had time to sort of work its magic, and you can see it's all peeling up. So now you just have to pretty much just get a brush, just brush it, like agitate it, and then just wash it off. I've just given the clutch cover another coat with this paint stripper. So in the meantime, I've been just blocking up the holes. So I've got the reed hole, like the intake, all blocked up, so water doesn't get in there when I wash it. And then about to do the same with the exhaust port. Like I said before, the CRs have removable exhaust ports. So I've just done the same thing, taped it up. It's just got a metal plate in behind there, and then yeah, it's taped up real tight. But with that on there, it was going to be quite hard to get to all that shit that was there. So I just poked the rag up there and started cleaning it. Well, that's probably good enough. Just really that face there that needed all the stuff taken off. So I'll put the new gasket on and then tighten that up there, and then no water will be able to get in, and then yeah, we'll be able to give this thing a really good scrub. Alrighty, so I just got the outer clutch cover all cleaned up. Like, it's not perfect, it's still got a little bit, it's like quite stuck on there, but yeah, I mean the motor's not exactly going to be spotless either, so if this was perfectly clean it would kind of stick out. So yeah, pretty happy with the way it turned out. So now we just got to throw a new O-ring in the back, and then we'll mount it up. Alrighty, well the engine is completely back together. We got all the new gaskets and stuff on the clutch side, and we got the whole top end and reeds all reassembled. Do have a gasket for the ignition cover, but I'll just install that once the motor is back in the frame and we're hooking up the clutch cable, because the clutch cable goes through there, so I may as well just do that all at once. So I've got the intake all blocked up, same with the exhaust. Got the exhaust flange back on with the new gasket, and that's all blocked up. And then in the clutch cable hole I've just got a bolt that has electrical tape wrapped around it just to seal that off. And then yeah, the water jackets are still open, but it's not going to matter because it's only just water. So everything is ready to go, everything's sealed off, so we'll take it outside and we'll start hitting it with some degreaser and get scrubbing. So yeah, take one good look at this, because it's going to be so clean once it's done. Right, so I've got the motor all cleaned up now. Turned out pretty sweet. It's obviously not going to be perfect because it's sort of hard to get to some places, but it's a lot better than what it was before, as you can see. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked with it. Alrighty, so that is pretty much going to wrap up the rebuild of the CR250 engine. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked actually with the way it turned out after yeah, like the whole clean and stuff. Like from what it was, it actually came up pretty clean, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. And yeah, no doubt it's going to run sweet now with those new reeds and the fresh top end and stuff. So yeah, like I said, it's pretty much going to wrap this one. Cheers for watching. Next video we'll be starting to clean up the frame, and then we'll start getting the engine, swing arm, all the suspension back on it, rebuild the forks and all that. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't, just @motivated_NZ. I'll leave the tag here and the link down in the description. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.